Yo, it's Nether. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, great to have you here. Today I present you 20 more mods that should have a place in every mod list. Mod lists are pre-built collections of mods that you can install with one click through Vortex Mod Manager. I'm currently working on releasing one of my own, which will be available with the next video release. As always, I'm only going to recommend you mods that have been tested thoroughly by both myself and the community. Several important mods in my list are still in that testing phase, awaiting their certified banger mod stamp. If you like the mods I cover in my Oblivion Mods videos, you're probably going to love the mod list too. My aim is to build and maintain a list that consists of mostly quality of life mods and changes that all complement vanilla Oblivion. Alright, here's the deal. If you end up using and enjoying even one of the mods I'm about to showcase, you owe me a like and a sub. Fair enough? Do you have any questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments, I'd love to read them. Every like, comment and sub goes a long way in helping this video reach more Oblivion fans looking to enhance their game just like you. All of the mods presented are linked in the description below. Let's dive into the first mod of the video. So, you've decided to play a mage in Oblivion Remastered, but you find yourself running out of magicka all the freaking time.
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
No matter how conservative you are with your spell slinging, well, you're not alone. The base magicka cost of spells is simply too high for most spells in vanilla Oblivion. This mod tweaks the way spell costs are calculated by editing the magicka cost formula. The result is lower spell costs all across the board. The mod comes with a couple variants. Some with flat reductions of -33, -50, -66 or -90%, and one version with a custom scaling change that slightly lowers overall magicka cost. At max level, costs are reduced by 50%, greatly rewarding maxing out a School of Magic without trivializing the journey too much. Do you feel like it's foggy in your game 90% of the time, no matter where you are? Well, that is because it's foggy in your game 90% of the time, no matter where you are. Looking for some more sunshine? Climates Revised enhances the vanilla weather experience by redistributing weather chances across all existing regions, in addition to adding new weather chances to regions that didn't have them. An effort has been made to adhere to regions' inferred climates while utilizing weather pools that feel lightly diverse from region to region. And you've guessed it, it also vastly reduces the chance for foggy weather in most regions. You can see all of the regions and their weather chances on the mod page. Lumiere, Lights of Cyrodiil, adds hundreds of lights to the outdoors of Cyrodiil, consisting of lampposts along roads and signs, lanterns outside inns, additional lights at the Imperial City waterfront, and much more. In Oblivion there's very few light sources outdoors. This mod aims to fix that by adding a ton of light sources where it fits. Especially when using mods like Oblivion Remastered, these extra lights will be a very welcome addition to your game. The street lamps also follow a schedule. They are off during the day and turn on as night approaches. I also recommend to use Lumiere together with the author's other mod, Enhanced Light Radius, which was covered in my previous mod showcase. Have you ever fought a long battle with a potent enemy in a dark area and you can't find their weapon no matter what? This mod will prevent that from happening. It does exactly what it's named after. An added bonus of this tweak is that it may help to reduce save bloat too, due to less dynamic rolled items being dropped. We have all found ourselves in a situation where we cleared out a big maze of a dungeon, only to have the very end be a dead one. Backtracking in video games is never fun, well, almost never. And this mod removes that altogether. It lets you fast travel anywhere, from everywhere. You can still use it under your own gameplay rules, but just having the option to fast travel anywhere is an absolute game changer. Keep in mind that you still can't fast travel when enemies are nearby. That makes for a perfect bridge to the next mod. Less annoying enemies nearby warnings makes the warning messages, like you cannot wait when enemies are nearby, less annoying by halving the minimum enemy distance for these messages to show up. Now, a random nearby mud crab or other creature is less likely to keep you from waiting, sleeping, or fast traveling to somewhere. You still cannot wait, sleep, or fast travel while in combat though. Faster sleep and wait speeds up the sleep/wait dialogue. You may not see a direct one-to-one speed up, as the real time it takes is likely quite hardware dependent, but when using the default settings, this mod should increase the sleep/wait time on all systems by about a factor of 4. It's a lot faster anyways, it's super nice. Faster spell projectiles doubles the speed of all spell projectiles. This mod comes in multiple versions, with a 1.5, 2, 3, 4 and even 10x speed increase. I'm using the 1.5x increase since I still want to be able to dodge enemy spells. The increased speed also vastly improves aim responsiveness and casting feel. Magic combat feels snappier, smoother and more satisfying. Because spells hit targets much faster, less leading is needed. In case you're like, what the frick is leading? Leading basically means you lead and predict where the enemy is going to move. So you predict their trajectory to throw your projectile where they're going to move, so it hits. Realistic arrow speeds comes with a sales pitch. Shoot faster, aim straighter, archery, finally done right. Realistic arrow speeds increases the arrow speed by 50% and reduces the arrow gravity to half, which means arrows will fly much farther, even when the bow isn't fully drawn. Similar to faster spell projectiles, there's also much less leading needed for moving enemies. To conclude, it makes archery feel more realistic and responsive, just like real bows. Handmade Unique Eyes, or HUE for short, replaces all vanilla eyes for all races. The textures are all handmade and focused on a lore-friendly experience. They are beautifully crisp and really help giving NPCs that next-gen look. I actually had so much fun just talking to random NPCs to inspect their brand new eyes for the footage. Marvelous middle-class paintings changes the paintings found in the middle-class locations from old Oblivion screenshots to actual paintings of Tamriel and a lot of ESO art. Most of the replacements are official Bethesda and ZeniMax materials, but some are fan art or concept art. There's a Shivering Isles version of the mod as well, which is linked below. Are you done with your 360 no-scoping phase and looking to improve your immersion? This mod will help you with that by removing the hit marker UI element displayed when attacking enemies. Hit markers have no place in my Oblivion, but this is a subjective matter, so to each their own, I guess. Permanent Doomstones is a really cool mod that changes the effects of Doomstones you can find out in the world, from a once-a-day greater power to a lower but permanent bonus to attributes and skills. Just like in Skyrim, there are several versions available. Non-stackable Doomstone buffs, stackable buffs, and a version where only stones that require a fame/infamy bonus to activate are stackable. All of the Doomstone effects and changes can be found on the mod page. Use the NL tag remover mod to remove the NL tag from the messages. This is actually required for a bunch of mods if you wanna get rid of the pesky NL thing.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
In Skyrim and Fallout 4, the pickpocket chance is capped at 90%. In Oblivion it is capped at 85%, which from a gameplay perspective is problematic to me. If pickpocketing as little as a single septum will always fail 15% of the time, then pickpocketing is not that viable of an option. Unless you are willing to save scum or be on the run from the law for the rest of your playthrough. But save scumming is boring, so any mod that can prevent that incentive is a winner in my book. This mod will change the default success cap of 85% to 90, 95, 99 or 100% when pickpocketing. I'm enjoying a nice balance with the 95% version myself. Quest NPCs Run makes pesky, slow walking, or should I say crawling, quest NPCs run. In my opinion, they could still run a little bit faster, but at least it helps when you're accompanying them for certain quests, such as Pinnerus during the Red Problem quest. A full list of all the quest NPCs and effects can be found on the mod page. Realistic high quality skin improves human skin and makes it more realistic. This mod improves body details from toe to neck, affects both female and male, all races except Argonians and Khajiits. I suppose they are already skin maxing. The mod affects both the player character and NPCs, and there's zero performance impact, because it's using 1K textures. It also slightly improves face details, but doesn't conflict with other face modifications. Responsive Combat AI enhances combat AI to introduce more engaging fights with more challenging foes by decreasing idle times and increasing dodge and attack chances. Without this mod, enemies would attack and then stand for sometimes seconds at a time, as if they weren't actually fighting for their lives. With this mod, enemies fight as if their life depends on it. They chain attacks fast and consistently. This mod also increases behavior in evasive maneuvers, mainly in creatures that dodge, like wolves, for example. In vanilla, some enemies have a 20% chance to attack and a 30% chance to dodge, which leaves a 50% chance to stand and do nothing for an additional idle time of 3 seconds before rerolling the chances. With Responsive Combat AI, enemies will utilize power attacks more frequently and make quick use of your stagger to end you swiftly. The mod also doubles the block chance. For example, a bandit has a 20% chance to block in vanilla, and with this mod it becomes a 40% chance to block. This mod affects most animals and human enemies. Load this last in your load order for the best results. Additional map markers places map markers at all player homes, Divine Pilgrimage Way shrines, Doomstones, Runestones, Aelid Wells, and the Shrine of Kinnereth. These additional map markers are not marked on your map by default, and you will have to find them on your own, but after discovering one, you can now fast travel there. This mod requires MagicLoader, which is a patcher that exposes new functionality for mod authors to use. It enables creating new interior cells and string table entries. You need to download the zipped folder and place the unzipped folder in your Oblivion Remastered root folder. The directory for this is different on the GamePass version, but don't worry, both directories can be found in the video description. Every time you install a mod that uses MagicLoader, you need to run magicloader.exe after installing the mod. Make sure to run it as administrator. Now, within MagicLoader, you want to click the button Do Magic and wait for it to patch your mods. If it succeeded, it will say the magic was successful. New mod data has now been injected. MagicLoader should tell you if any problems are detected, such as being in the wrong folder. It will also tell you how many compatible mods were found. Have you ever felt like the walls have eyes whenever you commit a crime in the world of Oblivion? More sensible crime alarm makes the crime alarm a lot more forgiving and sensible. It reduces the crime detection range from vanilla's 4000 to 1200. No more freaking psychic guards. The mod also drops horse responsibility to 0 to match other creatures. In other words, no more retting horses. Grabbing and moving objects and ragdolls in Oblivion is extremely fun. But if you try to drag a heavy corpse in vanilla Oblivion, it seems near impossible. Anchor Arm's stronger grab force lets you pick up ragdolls by the head and move them as you desire. If you've ever felt like paralyzing a Daedric enemy to throw them in the sea of lava, well, now you can. This mod comes as 2 versions. One that scales the interaction grab strength with the player's strength attribute, or one that sets it to a flat value. It increases the minimum and maximum force exerted on items while moving them with the interaction grab. Inside the config file that comes with the mod, you can change the scaling multiplier to your liking or disable scaling altogether. As a bonus, but possibly the most essential mod on this list, I recommend the Performance mod. The author of this mod, the Hybrid, introduced it to me via comment on my previous mod showcase video. I was using Ultimate Engine tweaks before this, which already gave me a big performance boost. But after a couple of hours of testing, I can easily conclude that Optimax performance blows it out of the park for my system in comparison. I highly recommend you try it out for yourself, if you're in the need of more frames and less stutters. Do you remember our deal? Hopefully you've discovered at least one more mod to add to your game, and if so, I should have earned your like and sub. If you have any questions whatsoever, please shoot them. I'll be there to answer them all. Or feel free to let me know about your favorite Oblivion Remastered mod. Maybe I missed one? Also, don't forget to endorse the mods you download and end up liking. In case you're not familiar, endorsing a mod is pretty much equal to liking the mod. It's the least we can do for all the hard work the modders on Nexus Mods put in their free projects for us to grab. My definitive mod list will release with the next video. Thank you for watching, and till we meet again.